Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for that raid, Scotty. Talk about a big start. How is everybody doing tonight? How'd your talk show go tonight, Scotty? I was lurking in there for a bit. Hopefully, it was enjoyable. Doesn't okay. Need to turn that down just a bit. There we go. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome in, Megals. Sweet Scotty, Darkly, Metapod. I appreciate all of you stopping in today. How is everybody doing? Ahoy! I love that emote. That's adorable. Not too bad. I love the old time fantasy radios. It's very enjoyable. Yeah. So I'm gonna be starting a new kind of thing. It's not very likely, not something I've done before. Where I'm gonna try and do a series on Tuesdays. I'm gonna try going through the Zelda timeline. Of course, we have to start with Ben's favorite game. Yes, it's great to see you, Megals. How have you been? I hope you've been doing fantastically. Okay, we're good. That was confusing. I mean, I went to class, wrote myself in a park. Oh no, kind of excited. I got to go home. At least you got to go home. Then won't have to play this Zelda game. That's fair. This is very fair. But yeah, so this is kind of what we'll be working on. So starting with Skyward Sword up here at the top. And then, yeah, gonna try and touch on a bit of the other kind of side stuff that's kind of not really talked about. Have a good time with it. Yeah. So this isn't the first Zelda game, obviously. So what I'm planning on doing is starting with this one. We're going to get up to, I don't know, I'll have to see if I can find a version of Four Swords that we can use. But then I'm going to go down to the Decline timeline specifically after Ocarina of Time. Then depending on timing, like I'm not sure how long a lot of these are going to take me. It has been a while since I played a lot of them. So we'll see how everything goes. Alright, we'll pause the music. And we'll unmute the Switch. Ooh, that's loud. Let's turn that down. Yes, welcome in, everybody. Yeah, so I'm quite excited. Like I said, I've never done anything quite like this before. It's very unusual. Usually I do things very sporadically, but with Tears of the Kingdom, I'm kind of on a Zelda kick, so I might as well have some fun with it. I forget, Megals, what are you taking in school, if you don't mind me asking? Alright, so we're obviously going to start a new adventure. I'm not going to use motion controls, and we're just going to go normal mode. Main focus is going to be for, what's it called? Storyline. When's the new Zelda come out? Comes out May 12th. My classes are major, or both. Both. Turn this up just a little bit. So I do have a few kind of complaints about this game as well. Obviously, there's a couple things that I would change. So I'll obviously try and talk about some of that stuff going as well. Sometimes I miss school. I do and I don't. I love to learn things. That's one thing I absolutely love. Getting to, like, going to school and stuff. It was very exciting for me because I got to learn new things, but then I had a habit of getting ahead, so I'd get bored. So I miss it and I don't. Never had a big group of friends or anything while I was in the game either. In school either. So I used to kind of just dabble from people to people. I miss the learning the community. That's fair. A lot of people definitely enjoy the community aspect of school. This game is very graphically kind of appealing, considering it was made for the Wii at the time. The part that really sticks out for me for this game is the music and the amount of effort they went into for the lore. I hated the community of high school, but college it was nice to be close to other people living on campus. Oh, that's fair. Major is interdisciplinary. I don't think I knew that. That's cool. With an emphasis in social work, education, and criminology. Classes right now are U.S. pop culture history. That sounds like an amazing class. And family violence and social work. That probably isn't the best topic, but very important to know. That's very cool. Thank you for the hydrate, Scotty. Hi, I rode the Scotty. Welcome in, Ben. I'm going through your favorite game just for the story. We're going to go through as quick as possible, though. I rode the Scotty honk. Excellent. Wouldn't expect anything less. Also, oh no. Yeah, so whoever's curious, I did talk about it before. I'm going to be going through a timeline play of this. So, of course, we have to start here. Major was psychology, though with the focus on child psychology development. That's very cool to know, too. Oh, look, it's your favorite game. You wrote... Nothing wrong with riding a honk. There's a joke in there somewhere. That sounds something I would love. Yeah, that's... It seems kind of similar to your interest from what I know. It is my honk right honk ever. Love it. All the social sciences are super interesting. I loved... Thank you for the honk, Starkly. You got me with that one. Well, welcome in, short and sweet. Hopefully you're having a great evening. Loved reading about psychology and stuff. Back in like a few years, quite a while ago. It was very, very fun being able to kind of learn about different ways for kind of how people react to stuff. Hunkle good, excited, Steph and Ingle honk. Love it. Butts button. Okay, right. It's L2. Okay. It's gonna take me a bit to relearn the controls. The controls in this game were not the best decision. Psychology was hard at points, but I just loved... Buttspot was very slow there. Minus doing my research thesis. Those sucked. What was your thesis choice? Yes, how is everybody doing today? Hope everyone's doing well. I'm not going to do motion controls. I'm using the Pro Controller. I don't want to go through the pain of motion controls. Good morning to you. Today's finally the day of the long-awaited wings ceremony. Are you feeling ready? Oh, I just remembered. There's something I'd like to ask you about. At least you man of culture. Oh, I missed stuff. That's why I loved criminology theory class. We study psychological makeup of... Oh, that sounds very interesting. What is your favorite kind of fact you've learned so far about that? It is Ben's favorite game. Some pretty interesting... Yeah, it sounds interesting. I did two. First one was the effect of tattoos on perception of income. So basically how people would perceive your income based on your appearance. That is also very interesting. And I could see some people being very judgmental about stuff like that. I do not have Sky in here. If you want to add a Sky command, feel free. Are you here to study? Perhaps. Don't give away my secrets. Second one was about the effect of early intervention on children and families, and early intervention is my job. So now, oh, that's very fortunate. Or a serial killer. Skyward Sword is Ben's favorite game. Just ask the handsome. Sure. That's me. All right. Now I have to ask, what is everyone's favorite cereal? Because now I'm curious. I actually think mine kind of leans towards either Nesquik or Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Me trying to figure out if it's sarcasm or it's really his favorite game. Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Frosted Mini Wheats. Great choices. A bowl of bacon. I don't know how that would taste with milk. I don't know if I want to know. Reese's Puff. I've never had Reese's Puff. But Spot, no. Get wrecked, Butt Spot. My favorite everyday cereal is Grape Nuts. What is Grape Nuts? And Fruity Pebbles. I've never actually had Fruity Pebbles. I've been told they taste similar to Trix. I just like granola. I like my sugar. Growing up, we didn't have a lot of the sugary cereals. We had like Rice Krispies and poured sugar on it. So now that I have that option, of course I have to go for the potentials. Grape Nuts is gravel. I've never even heard of Grape Nuts before. Milk is in the form of cheese. Okay, I can live with that. Cheese on the side and a bowl of bacon. It's like eating rocks, but in a good way. Good for grinding your teeth. You let it sit in the milk and then it's soft. So you let it go soggy? There's a joke in there somewhere. It's better if you don't know about grape. Okay, I'll take your word for it. I bet Grape Nuts taste almost as bad as Butt Spot. Why are we tasting Butt Spot? Grape Nuts are really good if you're an elderly woman like me. Always let it go soft. That just sounds like disappointment. I feel like that's phrasing. So I actually know someone who tried to design a harp similar to this. She was successful in designing it, but it was very hard to play because in order to get the notes to work with the arch, you have to have the notes kind of going back and forth. Let it go soft. Welcome in, Slide. Hopefully you're doing well. Life is about disappointment, and that's why the lesson of Grape Nuts teaches you. I mean, I can't argue that fact. Let's go great. Oh, I forgot I have I need to get some new emotes. Hey, look, it's Slate. So, a little bit of trivia before we get into it. So, Gipora is the father of Zelda. His initial design was actually based on Kapora Gabora from Ocarina of Time. Even though they're not related in any way, shape, or form, though it is theorized that Rauru is the descendant of of Zelda and Gapora. Tuba, pretty soon I want to send you something, but that means return address. That means reveals. Oh no. Yeah, just let me know. I have no problems with working that stuff out. Link, kiss the girl. Oh, you haven't done that combo in a while. the rolling. Link for the high. Doing my best. Doing my best. He's shy. This is allegedly your favorite game, after all. Fun fact, all the teachers Zelda's dad are all designed number. Yes, you are correct. I think the teacher, the main teacher you kind of do a lot of side missions for, is one of the only other ones that's actually based on a bird you've interacted with. Slight congratulations on not being first. You know, it was really cool. Thank you for the sneeze. This game had so much potential to be so... Yes, it really did. It did come up short on a couple things. I am going to try and talk about some of the things that I feel could have changed. And things that really helped with the series and really hindered. So I'm definitely... One thing I'm going to be excited about talking about throughout this. So what I'm sensing is that it's not actually... You are correct. So, one other thing about me going through the timeline of the games, I unfortunately don't have access to all of like the kind of base versions of the game. So I'm gonna do as close as possible, with the exclusion of Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword, I'm going to be going with the HD remaster, and same with Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. So the 3D games, I'm going to try and do the remasters. But beyond that, I'm going to try and play as close to the originals as possible. So I have my NES Classic and the SNES Classic. So we'll see how that ends up going. I don't know what that was. All right. That's fine. Now I get the joke. Oh, it only took me... I thought you were aware. This whole time? Everybody panic. So, I really like how they tried to build the world for this game in the very beginning. And there's a lot of very good world building, and you have a lot of good character development through them. But I find it kind of loses its replay value just because of the amount that's in there. No, only part of the whole time. I'm really smart to catch on so quickly. You did catch on, though, so we'll call that a win. It's already been a year, 7 months, 22 days. I'm a little disappointed my stream elements doesn't go down to the second, but I'll forgive it. Cece told me its birthday is the 10th. Oh! That's interesting. I didn't know PCs had birthdays. Yeah, so, yeah, I find that the whole beginning segment of this, I think it's just a little too much kind of dialogue to go with it. And it is very good world building. They did a good job with it. But it kind of falls under that same kind of problem that came with Metroid Other M, where they were trying to focus more on the cinematics and side stuff rather than the actual kind of game interaction stuff. Last year on April Fool's, I played this, and every time something stupid in the game happened, I exclaimed why it was my favorite. It was great. Do you still have the VOD saved anywhere, Ben? I think you said you might try to save it and upload it to your guys' YouTube channel. It was great. They do, if you look in the About section, it's when was built and installed. Oh, I did not know that. You learn something new every day. It is on YouTube. Excellent. I highly recommend anybody checking that out. Okay. I feel like I was there, but I don't remember this morning. So, yeah, that's fair. So, looking around here, in Breath of the Wild, you can actually experience this whole kind of area. The only difference is they made the goddess statue a little too big. Sorry, a little too small. That is the only real difference between how it has been laid out in Breath of the Wild and in this one. I'm still curious if it was actually like a rebuild or if that's how everything kind of landed. So, if my information... if my memory's correct, the Horwell is the only one that's actually based on another Zelda character in the franchise, but I can't remember exactly who it is. If anyone knows, that would be awesome to hear. Thank you for that, Ben. Also with you. Jinx. You guys, yeah, that was funny. Can I get the sword now? No, okay. Alright, we're gonna quickly save, and we're gonna save it in New Adventure. So luckily with the Zelda games, there isn't anything I need to do for grind-wise, so I shouldn't have any issues. How do we roll again? Did I just run into it? How do we roll? Oh, okay, there we go. There it is. Haha. Tell us. There it is. I think that is my favorite, specifically Skyward Sword clip from you, Ben. Okay, see if I can remember where to go. There it is. Dang it. Right, I need to go to the... Right, I have to go run into... what's his name? Ben Rage. There it is, okay. That was the tilt-a-step. It was definitely next level tiltage. That was the till honk I've honker gotten on stream. They did do a very good job with the music in this. Like, they had a lot of fun with the trombone melody in this. It's very enjoyable to listen to. It's one of those melodies I've always wanted to try and learn. Now, Groose is one of those characters where I'd like to kind of see a spin-off game. Kind of like... Obviously, we have a lot of character development for Groose. And kind of what he does afterwards, where he tries to build up a settlement and stuff. I'd like to see like a side story to do with him. Because it is theorized like he's supposed to be the descendant of the Gerudo. But it's never been fully confirmed. But it would be nice to kind of see something that kind of built off of it. I was definitely there because I was in the chat in that clip. Perfect! Music and characters are really good. Yes, they are really good in the game. It's like I'm piecing everything together. My amnesia every day. It's like you're experiencing amnesia, the dark descent, where you have to recover your memories, and then you realize why you don't want your memories. So Sween was in on this joke the whole time. I'm going to be honest with you. I rarely know what's going on in any situation ever. That's fair. So one thing that I would have really liked a little more in the game is more kind of islands to kind of interact with. Because in the game, we have this whole thing where we have a whole bunch of people, and we have the knighthood, we have the Knights Academy, and all this stuff. But it feels as though it's kind of loosely built, kind of based on the world, because the Knights Academy doesn't feel like it's necessary. There isn't very many monsters. There isn't a lot of islands to protect. There isn't a lot of people. Like, you can literally meet everybody. So it would have been really nice if there was a little bit more world building. Like, it makes sense that there's not supposed to be very much, but the world just feels empty. Excellent. Okay, I should be able to go get the sword now. Now, as much as, oh, that's the way I gotta go. Thank you for the sneeze. Welcome in, Rose. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a fantastic Tuesday. Alright, in theory, we should be able to get it. Doing good, that's good to hear. And Rose, congratulations on not being first. Okay. Oh, play me a tune? Okay. Where are you? Right there. Perfect. Pop over here. Thank you for doing that, Darkly. I'm assuming everyone will know the today's song choice. I hope you enjoy it, though. All right. Sorry about the ending there. I hope you enjoyed that, though. My brain was switching back to alternate fingerings. Tuba time. Why did it have to be tubas? Yes. Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh. I've done terrible things. There we go. What have I done? That should be there. I think that's where it's supposed to be. And this one, don't mind me. I'm just wrecking everything for myself. We'll do that. That looks weird, but we're gonna go with it. Phrasing. I finally want to go find the Holy Grail with Sean Connery. Not the alternate fingerings. When I first played this version of the song, I actually learned it on my B-flat tuba before I had my E-flat Why are you not focusing? What is going on? Focus! I don't know what's going on. We're gonna try and do this and do that. Okay. Basically, the only difference between the two is that the bass note for B flat is B flat, whereas the E flat is open for my current one. Sure. Why didn't you work? Quickly flick from left to right. Oh. There it is. Left, right, left. Sure. Come on. There it goes. Why are you stealing my shiny luck? Okay, no thanks. Can I just leave? I'd like to just leave. Thank you for the shiny luck, Darkly. Okay, perfect. So I'm not gonna do a lot of the side missions in these playthroughs. It's not going for 100% adventures. This is more, as I mentioned before, for the story. Now, this was the very first game that introduced the stamina meter. It was not very well received, as you can see why. Like, the running distance does not make sense. Thank you for the Pokemon theme, Rose. Hello, hello. Welcome home.
Oh, thank you.
They still chowing away?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
They barely got up to greet me.
Excellent. Rose says hi.
Hi, Rose.
Darkly says hi.
Hi, Darkly.
Thank you for playing the Pokemon theme, Rose. The hi was for me. Excellent. I assumed correctly. Oh. Yeah, so the when the stamina meter was first introduced, it was not very well received because it seems very lacking. The running distance would be fine if the stamina bar didn't exist. The stupid fruits removed those two. Stamina was a band-aid for a problem that didn't need to exist. Ben says hi. I think she's out of ear range. Yeah, with its inclusion in Breath of the Wild, I feel like it was better balanced. And it made sense after the whole recovery period. Is this a Tuba TED Talk? Oh, I'm going through the Zelda timeline, and I'm going to try and talk about things as I go. Is that a TED Talk? I actually have never heard a TED Talk. But I'm going to be talking about, like, things that were good, things that were bad, and kind of my personal opinion on things. I'm all for it. Excellent. I probably will be saving all of these VODs too and uploading them to YouTube, just for myself. I don't know if I'll be continuing like with a lot of stuff for it, but try to have fun with it. One thing that I did like is the inclusion of directional kind of sword swings. Now, they did exist in Wind Waker, but it was based on which direction you held the controller. Come on. And whether you were targeting or not. So, if you weren't targeting, you'd always do a horizontal slash. If you were targeting, you would do the down slash. And then if you were moving while targeting, you'd do the stab. Now, with Skyward Sword, with the inclusion of the motion controls, they wanted to make it more realistic. And then with the HD remaster, they made the option of doing it with the control stick. Now, personally, I'm not a huge fan of the control stick, but it's a little less wonky than the motion controls. In Breath of the Wild, it actually mattered. You would be the reason you punish yourself for over. This is fair. That is a very good point, Ben. In this game, it feels like the game punishes you. No. Don't apologize. That's the nice thing about doing this on Twitch is we can have a back and forth. Now, for a lot of people who don't know exactly where to go, finding your Loftwing for the very first time is definitely quite a trek. I'd like it, like the whole beginning, a little better if, once you know how to kind of traverse through, if you had a kind of like a quicker way to get there. Like, for example, minus the 5 minutes for the play a tune, this has probably taken about a half hour just to get the Loftwing. So that's definitely a lot more story than I feel like was necessary. But having the ability to fly was very, very big. Now, one of my biggest complaints about this... okay, so... Yes. Okay, I will talk about this in that next segment once we're there. There, now we can speed up. While riding your Loftwing, you can press this at any time. Yeah, okay, that's fine. How goes the continued history of Link? It goes well. How's it going for you tonight, Fatal? Hopefully you're doing fantastically. Now, one thing that's really nice about the way they've done the Loftwing is it's a very nice transition from how the games worked in previous games with Epona and having these kind of the stamina go. But instead of the Carracks, we have the wings and stuff. So that part was a nice transition from the old way of traveling to the new way. Good, just watch the career presentation. Oh, what was the presentation on? Now, this first kind of race here, there is a whole thing that kind of built up for it with the Loftwing races and stuff, but you don't really kind of do anything with it after this point. That's one of those things I was kind of disappointed with, where you have this whole build-up, and you would kind of learn how to do these races, and you have to compete at the very beginning, but then after that, it's just over. I would have liked like a little mini side mission. Maybe that could have been a piece of heart mission, or could easily do the rupee wins. I think that would have been a different, a better way of using this feature after all this kind of build-up for it. RCMP, oh nice! Here's a thing. Now never do it. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what I'm getting at. They do that in a lot. Yeah, they do really do that a lot in this game. One of the other ones I'm glad was a one-off was the whole pumpkin patch where in order to get the heart piece, you have to balance all of the pumpkins at the same time and make it across. It felt very unnecessary to do it like that. All right, so we'll get through this. Power through. Stupid pumpkin. Yeah, getting the stupid music note. Yeah, I will definitely be talking about that once we get up there. Okay, now we can dive down, get some speed. And we're gonna fly up. Yeah, in my opinion, every game has their things that that really didn't kind of sit well with a lot of the community. This one has more than the others. Sky. Hey, mods can't see the tags. Is this no spoilers? It's not quite no spoilers, but yeah, wasn't gonna focus on it quite till I got to the point. But that is, like I said, feel free to add your 2 cents and stuff. I just might not touch on that particular subject. Oh, no, don't worry about it. I'm just not at that point yet. There we go. Like, I honestly quite enjoyed this mission that we have, where you have to, yeah, the whole racing thing. But then to have it disappear and not be used again, that's where I got quite disappointed. Oh, that was rude. I passed it. This is fine. Oh. How did I get that on the second catch attempt? I thought it had to go through 3 misses. That was totally a fair move by... Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I'm not allowed to attack them, but they can definitely attack me. Oh, Laundry, you're saved by more pen rats. Now, a lot of the other titles, a lot of people really like to imply that Link and Zelda are kind of destined to be a couple, rescue and all that sort of stuff. But this is the only game where it's kind of implied that they kind of have feelings for each other. Well, she had some faith, right? She had a lot of faith. Now, I really do love the heart music in this game. This is the first time they give us the option to kind of skip, but I don't really want to, simply because of the music. How long have you been Skyward riding? Apparently not long. Oh yeah, it's been about 10 minutes. This is one of those segments that feels like it's definitely longer than it needs to be. A valiant youth who grasped victory at the celebration of the bird folk. In accordance with the old ways, I now bestow the blessings of the goddess upon you. The brass fowl swoon alert. Welcome in, Chronal. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Hope your weekend's Week is going well so far. Now, another kind of little interesting fact. This version of Zelda is technically the only one that is an actual reincarnation of the goddess Hylia. Every other version after this one is technically of the bloodline of the goddess. So it kind of changes that. That's a weird cut. Yeah. So that's part of the whole implication where they actually have feelings for each other. This simplification. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Now, the only part I don't like about this is it's unnecessary for us to try and hit the middle. But they will make you replay this one part over and over until you hit the middle of that circle. And this is the only time you have to hit the middle of the circle. Thank you for that shout out to Chrono. And Link goes splat. Game over. New timeline created. Oh. I think I just had an eyelash go in my eye. Everything's fine. Doing the best I can. Now, the other part that would be a little nicer is they have a lot of this kind of as a scene where you have to sit there and watch it. But you can't progress until you press A. So, luckily, with the more recent titles, Breath of the Wild, there's voice acting involved, so you don't have to sit there and make sure you hit A every time. Now, it would be nice if they had, like, if it moved a bit slower, because right now, just pressing A, I can't even skip it. It's kind of just is what it is. So with this whole thing where they're kind of being, there's been a breach in the whole cloud thing. It'll get touched on later on, but with the way they've kind of implied the use of magic, I would have really loved to see a prequel to this at some point, where you see kind of like the battle between Hylia and kind of the demon race way back when. Before kind of the humans were sent off, the Hylians were sent into the sky. It would have been really cool to see kind of how that all happened. Obviously, there wouldn't be Link. There is no hero of the game. But with the way the game, it could even be like a Hyrule Warriors kind of S game where you can have the other characters, for example. But it would be cool to see the story beforehand, or even have kind of like a movie or a comic series. Because they do have the graphic novels based on a lot of the previous games. That thing had a lot of teeth. It does have a lot of teeth. Have you played through these Zelda games, Fatal? The only time we see Link talk. You have not. Okay, fair enough. One of the things that didn't really make sense for me in the whole beginning of this is they're supposed to have all the knights from the Knights Academy patrolling the skies and stuff, yet nobody saw the tornado that interacted with both Link and Zelda. Never had a Nintendo console, just game. Oh, that's fair. We're almost through all the... Oh, I can't skip this. Haha. Okay. Oh, Game Catharis, welcome on in. How are you doing this evening? Oh, you were playing some Hollow Knight. How was Hollow Knight? Hello, Davey. Thank you very much for that raid. I hope you're doing well. It is. I don't think I've met you before. It's great to meet you. I love that raid emote. That is fantastic. Well, welcome on in. Hope everyone's having a fantastic evening. If you don't know me, I go by Tuba Swan. I'm a variety streamer. Usually don't know what I'm going to be getting into next, but currently I've started a new mission where I'm going to be playing through the timeline of the Legend of Zelda series. Of course, beginning of the timeline starts with Skyward Sword. Game Catharis, thank you very much for that follow. I appreciate it. We like Game Catharsis? I have been pronouncing it wrong. My apologies. I like Game Catharsis too. Excellent. We love to see it. How are you enjoying Hollow Knight? Is this your first time playing it, or is it a replay? That's fair. It's great to meet you. And out of curiosity, what is your experience with the Legend of Zelda series? Very much appreciate you rating in. Hollow Knight has been good. It was my first time, but I am trying to platinum. Oh, got a raid and dip for dinner, but enjoy some later. Thank you very much for the raid. I very much appreciate it. I hope to get to know you in the near future. For Zelda, I have played Breath of the Wild. That is fair. Oh. But yes, no worries. Obviously, after your stream, you got to do all your stuff. That goes with anybody. Don't feel like you have to be here, but I always appreciate the company. That is such an awkward ready stat. Yeah, that is one of my complaints about the game. Like, obviously they want you to kind of have the more realistic approach. So Link's kind of whole body motion is more meant for the motion controls. But because I'm using the Pro Controller, everything is to do with the Pro Controller, the right stick. I don't think I've seen Skyward Sword. Oh, really? I enjoy the story and the music from this game, but there is definitely some issues with the gameplay. So for anyone who's curious, so the entire purpose of my timeline playthrough, I'm going to be playing through kind of everything, kind of help hype myself up before Tears of the Kingdom gets released. And I'm going to talk about kind of different points about the series and other stuff like that. I guess concessions for the new... Yeah, so with the whole motion control kind of aspect to it, it does make more sense. But I'm not a huge fan of the motion controls myself, so having the right stick as a sword movement is definitely as an option. That is my preferred choice. I was a Game Boy DS era Legend of Zelda person, then got back and with Breath of the Wild. Really? What is your favorite Legend of Zelda game so far? According to your social customs, I should provide you with my personal designation. Fi is the name I was given. I was created for a single purpose, long before the recorded memory of your people. I must aid you in fulfilling the great destiny that is your burden to carry. Come, you must take up the sword as the one chosen by my creator. It is your destiny. Now, I would love to kind of see kind of the background into creating a character such as Fi. I won't go into kind of a couple of the theories I have in my mind quite yet, but having kind of like an autonomous kind of figure, I think that was more to kind of help out with the Wii controls when it first came out, because it does give you some kind of fourth wall breaking information. That part I really didn't like, but I think with the autonomous kind of nature of Fi, I think that was the intention behind it. Final answer. Breath of the Wild is my favorite, but it's so different from the old ones, it's hard to compare. Minish Cap. Oh, Minish Cap was your first. I haven't heard a lot of people as having Minish Cap as their first before. Well, that's cool. So in the original with the Wii, they wanted to make this whole drawing of the sword feel very special. So you actually had to hold the Wiimote in the sky, and then do all this other stuff. It honestly did kind of feel weird while you're sitting on the couch trying to do it. But, yeah. So the other part that's kind of interesting about Fi, because she is supposed to be the spirit of of the goddess sword. So everything that Link does in this particular game kind of defines who she needs to be, who she expects the person to be before they can wield the Master Sword. So that's where a lot of this whole kind of building nature kind of comes from. I would play them and hand off my Game Boy to my dad when I came across. That's fair. Thank you for that shout out for Davey. And thank you for the shout out to Fatal. Yeah, so a lot of the events kind of leading up, like towards Ocarina of Time, it kind of explains why, like, the Master Sword froze Link for the 7 years. Because even now, she deems Link kind of a little too naive throughout the game. Even though he eventually built up who he needed to be. That's why, when Link was younger in Ocarina of Time, that's why he was kind of locked in time. The youth who draws forth the guiding sword shall be known as the goddess's chosen hero, and it is he who possesses an unbreakable spirit. He shall be burdened with the task of abolishing the shadow of apocalypse from land. Such is his destiny. With the spirit of the blade at his side, he shall soar over the clouds and plummet below, and united with the Spirit Maiden, shall bring forth a piercing light and resurrects the land. Some of Old Father's texts talk about a place called the Surface. The old tale describes a whole world below, far more vast than Skyloft. This is no easy task. The world below is a forsaken place, and to reach it you must pierce the cloud barrier below. In living memory, no one has ever done this. The Rito must be so jealous of this land. So, right now, technically, the Rito don't exist. The Reno did not develop as a species until much later on. So in Hyrule Historia, it's they actually kind of talk about kind of the background of the Rito. So the Rito are actually kind of an evolved species from one of the form of Zora. Throughout the series, there are two forms of Zora, the Swamp Zora and the River Zora. So over time, the River Zora evolved into the Zora as we see them in Ocarina of Time. and then the swamps are no longer kind of visible. Eventually, the swamp Zora are what kind of change into the Rito, as they talk about in the Wind Waker. Now, in Breath of the Wild, it seems to be a little kind of different the way they've decided to build upon it. But it is still implied that the Swamp Zora still evolve into the Rito. After, I think it was, they talked about, like, there was an altercation between the river and the Swamp Zora. And then that's when they moved up to the northeast. But because there was no waters for them to survive in, that's when they developed into the... Welcome in, Abby. That's when they developed into the Rito. How are you doing, Abby? Abby, congratulations on not being first. Honk, it's Ben's favorite game. I'm sorry to hear that you're still not feeling well, Abby. I hope everything passes by quickly for you. I'm wishing you the best in your recovery. I am very excited for the whole event you're holding this Sunday, though. Abby is not home. Isaac is driving. That is fair. Okay. So, the other kind of thing I have a little bit of an issue with in this game is you have different ways of reacting to people, but they have no effect on the outcome of the conversation. They just might have a split second of dialogue where they react slightly differently to your choice, but beyond that, it has no impact on how things proceed. Beyond the one girl who kind of stores your items for you. Thank you. Thankfully, nothing is hurting too badly. Said everything should clear up with excellent. I am glad to hear that. Clear up soon. Yes. Ryan messaged you about your availability for the forest on that. That is fair. Yes. If you want to message me now, feel free, and then I will respond afterwards. Okay. Re-honk me to message you. Hey, Abby, message you about the forest. I remind. Love it. Okay. So this game is supposed to be the kind of the very base, like the very first in the timeline. So this is technically the first time we get a form of the tunic that we see with throughout the entire Zelda franchise. The part that's a little weird is the fact that there was no reason for them to do this. It was just supposed to be the knighthood uniform. Yeah, I would have liked to see kind of like a more different reason to kind of have this. Maybe Hylia maybe had some influence on it. Watching Tuba survive the forest, that could be fun. Yeah, I've been, we did do a little bit of the forest when the Gaming Avengers had their charity stream last year. And since then, I've kind of wanted to get into it a bit more. So, excuse me. I'm really excited to kind of play with it a bit more. Hoping to do like a full kind of playthrough of it at some point. So, I'm going to talk about one of my biggest disappointments about this remaster. So, this remaster came out after Breath of the Wild came out, where they've kind of developed all their different things. But they kept one thing from the Wii version of this game that I did not like, whereas when you want to go back to Skyloft, you don't get dropped where you want to be dropped. It reloads the entire area, and then it drops you where it feels like dropping you, rather than giving you the option to kind of drop as if it was an open world. Now, I understand about the whole loading thing, but I think they could have done this one thing a little bit differently in the remaster. I have no idea how to play the game, progress the game. Chrono, Artie, and Simmer carried me through the game. Also, yeah, that was my biggest, biggest disappointment after the remaster. Because I was hoping, like, in the Wii version, I understand why they didn't. But it would have been nice to see a change for the remaster. I would have also really liked to have the chance to use our loft wing in the world down below, rather than just in the above the clouds. What's the point of me being able to great bird pilot if they're just going to drop me willy-nilly? Yeah, exactly. Like, if we had the ability to use our loft wing as we unlock more area, obviously not using everything off the bat, because that would kind of defeat the whole point. Because this still wasn't full open world; it was partial open world. But if they had allowed us to use the loft wing below the clouds, we would have had more kind of freedom once the areas were unlocked. Isaac heard this crazy theory about how Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom actually become... Yeah, I've heard that that theory too. So the whole... Excuse me. The whole theory is in Tears of the Kingdom that Zelda becomes the goddess Hylia of time. And kind of the events of everything lead to the Sky Fortress kind of being put in. The only kind of massive thing I see against that is the fact that the whole Skyloftian ruins that you can find in... I'm talking a lot, and my throat is telling me it's not liking it. Yeah, so the whole theory is that, yeah, it kind of ruins that with that one kind of fact there. That was good. Heard that theory as well. Yeah. Oh boy. How are you doing today, Cage? Hopefully you're having a fantastic Tuesday. Thank you for the hydrate. Take a drink. Working on. Thank you for the hydrate as well, Cage. It's not even on the floor today. You know, when I was gonna do this whole kind of timeline play, I was not expecting to talk as much as I am. It's very unusual for me. You know why I rated this game 1 out of 5? Because it's my #1 in my heart. BRB, no worries. Tuba never shuts up, confirmed. Can't even deny it. Now, why this affected his head, I don't know. Because it honestly doesn't really make sense. This entire cutscene is out of nowhere. I feel like it was one of those unnecessary cutscenes. Like, walking up here and having that dark cloud come up from the center of the pit was enough for me personally to show that's where I needed to go. And then with the Sheikah door being locked, it all kind of made sense. That's me. I think it affected his head because it was a vision. Maybe. But I still feel like it's unnecessary. Like, I'm walking around here, we've dropped down, and I see a locked door. I can tell it's the Sheikah because of my past, and then I see a giant circle. So, that's one thing I think they made the right choice. Oh, that was the wrong button. With Breath of the Wild, is making it so you are able to have a little bit more freedom. And see... yeah, I got 2 use Breath of the Wild buttons there. I keep trying to hit the wrong button. But yeah. Young one, child of destiny descended from the sky. Raise the sword of the goddess Skyward. Take aim at the evil aura and unleash its power. Boom, roasted. Now, one thing really cool about this particular pillar is it actually has all of the symbols of the 3 goddesses on it. A lot of people don't see this, but it's really cool, in my opinion. Sorry, was oh, don't worry about it, Abby. Like I said, company's always appreciated, never expected. Dun, dun, dun. Master, I am sensing a change in the area that was triggered by your Skyward strike. I have also detected an aura that correlates closely to your sailcloth. I surmise this aura belongs to Zelda. I can lead you to the direction of the aura in the process known as dowsing. No, we don't need it. Okay, I know there are things wrong with it, but oh my god, I legitimately love this game so much. Yeah, there's lots that I do very much enjoy about this game. I'm going to be talking about good and bad things throughout. It is cool that they have to reference a lot of the other games because 20... Yes, this is very true. Now, another fact that a lot of people don't know is the fact that the entire beginning segment of all the scenes is actually depicted here on the wall as a mural. Like, it starts out here. We have the War of the Demon Race. Like, I love the fact that this was this was included, and you can see that it's aged with the lack of the color and stuff. But you still see we have the different kind of creatures. Now, there's even the Redeads and the Bokoblins and stuff kind of depicted there. Then we move on, and then we see like the land and stuff. We also see the whole part where it has the goddess Hylia and the different races, including what turns into the Zora eventually, and the robots. Now, I find it interesting that the robots are depicted in this, even though they've kind of broken down by the time we hit this. But yeah, just going through, it's really cool that all of the opening scenes are right here for you. Little kind of Easter egg that I think a lot of people miss. I still won't deny this game did some things right, but most of the fluff in the game was a mess. This game was developed for 6 to 8... Yeah. I think that's why they made the decision to kind of take more time for Breath of the Wild. So, unless this game didn't have the mistakes we had that it had, we wouldn't have had the kind of process that we did now. Or have the Breath of the Wild that we have now. Alright. We're going to run the rest of the way. Now, another thing I would really love to see kind of more of to come from this game, even if it's just kind of like a little story segment or more kind of expanded on, with the use of the Sheikah in Breath of the Wild, we know that Nintendo is no longer afraid to expand on more of the tribe. I would like to see more of the history of them in kind of more of the games, especially this one. Because while coming in here, we find that there's a lot of abilities and stuff that they have. And that's very enjoyable for me. We're going to do a quick save here. Now, one thing that I like that they included is you have the ability to sit, and this is something that we haven't been able to do in previous games before, but it actually heals you, like the ability to rest. Now, I would like to see a return of it, but it's not something that's really required. Okay. traveler descended from the clouds above. I welcome you, child of fate. Tell me, what is your name? I sense you have already gained control over the sacred power that fills the sword. When pointed to the sky, the skyward strike is yours to command. It is proof that you are able to fit the bear the blade you carry, the goddess sword. I have sat here for many years waiting for you to arrive, all so that I could fulfill my purpose as your guide. You stand under the roof of the sealed temple, a place built by the goddess an eternity ago. Your arrival here was predestined many, many years ago. Let Link rest, exactly. The spirit maiden you seek arrived here shortly before you, descending to this land in a shower of light. There's no doubting it. The gears of fate have begun to turn. Yet all is not as it should be. The Spirit Maiden was not meant to reach this land in the manner she did. I feel an evil power working in the shadows. It moves to warp the destiny of which you two are a part. You are concerned for the Spirit Maiden, and I'll seek her whereabouts. That is understandable, but for now, you must focus on moving forward. That girl has her own purpose she must pursue as you do you. She set out for Fern Woods to discover that destiny for herself, and you must follow. Show me your map. So the map is something we technically don't, like, we don't have a physical version of it. So it's weird that we have a map always being kind of pointed out to us. I don't want to put a beacon. All right. I just did. Okay. It was nice that they showed us how to place the beacon, but I don't think it was necessary. Now, looking around, you'll see that there's a lot of kind of work that is very focused on the birds. Now, this was just supposed to be kind of implying the use of the birds in the Skyloft. But in Breath of the Wild, you see them use a more variety of animals. But you don't really see them kind of expanded on. Now, I eventually would like to see kind of where that point kind of changed and who the kind of architects were. A lot of people online like to refer to them as the Zonai. And it would be really cool to see the Zonai kind of expanded on in the future. There we go. Ooh, thanks for jumping in there to rescue me, bud. Just two of those red pests. I did not expect to run into a pack of them in this peaceful forest. Same goes for you. This is the second time I've bumped into one of your kind today. I tell you, all sorts of weird things are going on lately. I owe you big for taking care of those guys, so let me tell you something fascinating. Hey, bud, I'm Gorko the Goron. According to the ancient text, there's some kind of place above called the Isle of the Goddess, far above the sky. Apparently, these old statues serve as a landmark to those traveling up to the sky or down from the Isle of the Goddess place. If you find one, be sure to examine it. No, I don't really. Is the Swan playing with motion controls, or does he have self-respect? I am not playing with motion controls. I am playing with the Pro Controller. I will admit. Maleggio raiding in. Welcome in, Maleggio. How was the rest of Moonscars? It was great to see you Thank you for the shoutouts for Malegio. Raid, I say. Honk, I say. I love it. Ugh, everything is fine. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I believe we can continue onwards. Oh, wrong button. How was Moonscars for you today, Malegio? Pretty good. We were at the end game, and it's destroying me. I knew it was time to get... That is fair. Definitely don't want to be frustrated. It looks like a very fun game, but it definitely looks difficult. It's great to see you on a Tuesday. We don't normally get to see you streaming this early in the week. I remember you saying you had the night off. Must be fun. Furthermore, by using a certain amiibo figure, I wonder which one. You can return to the sky from anywhere to the surface and come back to where you left. Had a half day? Nice. Think that'll happen more often, or do you think it was a one-time thing? Always great to see you when we have the opportunity. Alright, now's where I'm going to get lost. Master, you have entered Faerun Woods. I wasn't feeling up to doing much but chilling, but figured why not strip. That's fair. Sometimes impromptu streams are the best streams. If it was a one-time thing, that's fair. Well, I'm glad you were able to enjoy it. The plentiful water in this region clearly sustains a large diversity. It's logical that the lush plant life and water resources have attracted animal species to the region. Now, we have the sealing grounds connected to Faerun Woods. Now, I would have loved to kind of have a different way to explore to all of the different regions, rather than having to go to the sky to travel between them. That would be more of a personal preference and would have definitely added to the open worldness. I think they made us kind of return to the sky simply because of the having a reason to go back up there. I think there was definitely better ways to have done that. But I kind of get it. I'm going to be lurking a bit while I cook, but still listening. I appreciate it. What are you cooking for dinner tonight? Don't feel you have to answer. I'm just nosy. Wait, Tuba stream? I have streams for quite a while, Selemu. How are you doing today, Selemu? My apologies. I have... My throat is driving me nuts today. Probably because of all the chatting. Surviving. I'm glad to hear you're surviving. I hope things go better than surviving soon. Making some simple cheeseburgers. Haven't made... Ooh. Homemade cheeseburgers are the best, in my opinion, some days. I wish... Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Either way, it is great to see you. Hopefully your night improves. I'm gonna hope for it. Debating sleep so I can stream myself in the mornings. Ooh, that is fair. What have you been streaming lately? There we go. Now, it's very interesting that how easy it is to find amber relics, but at the same time, you never have enough of them. Back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. Game I started a year ago. Oh, cool. After doing a job for a year, I'm back with more time. Nice! Always great to see your streams. Still not up to a full streaming schedule. That is fair. I have a hard time keeping streaming schedules myself. I'm going to try and stick to doing the Tuesday nights and proceeding through the timeline. That does seem like a fun idea to me, and I'm looking forward to seeing... Trying to get into it. Oh, okay. Apparently I'm not able to go that way yet. Trying, though, getting settled in. Felt so easy to do Monday to Friday, 10 to 2 during the early... Yeah, during COVID, it definitely was easier. Been a struggle to get back. I hope you can get into it, though. I do enjoy watching you when I have the opportunity.
Keep a leap. I'm Maki. I'm a Kikwi. You seem okay, even though you're scary. Thanks for helping me. That's weird, Kiku. A little while ago, I ran into another funny animal like you, but it was a girl. What's a Zelda? I don't know who this girl was, Kukui, but she was in a bunch of trouble when I saw her. A pack of those mean red guys were after her, Kui, but she escaped with the Kikwi elder.
Now, I'm curious if these, if the Kikwis were always supposed to be like a kind of a fearful race. And I'm not sure if they were supposed to only evolve into the Koroks in the future, or and the Kakiri, or if they were one that was more kind of implied to involve into multiple species. So they could also be the Deku Scrubs kind of prior things. Yeah, always. Don't have the bug net. Come on. I call shenanigans. I'm swinging the right way. What is going on here? I guess those would be more the Deku Scrubs. But they're kind of more based on the Octoroks right now. This is the earliest game in the timeline from when you are correct. So, tonight is the very start of the kind of series I was talking about earlier, where I'm going to try and play through kind of all of the timeline, or as much as possible before Tears of the Kingdom comes out. I may even continue it while it's out, kind of maybe stick it to my Tuesday adventures. We'll see how that pans out as we go. But yeah, this is the earliest one in the timeline. I do have an image for it if anyone's curious. Yeah, so definitely going to be doing Skyward Sword. As I'm going through, I'm going to talk about kind of little facts and stuff as we go, and kind of my opinions and how things could have changed. Tuba's the earliest game in the timeline. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but I'll take it. But yeah, once we get through Skyward Sword, so I'm not going to be going through any of the extras and stuff. This is purely story-based, so we'll kind of power through as much as possible. So after we do this one, we're going to move on to Minish Cap and Four Swords. I do need to find a version of Four Swords. I only have Four Swords Adventures, which is not quite the same. There's a new updated timeline. Yeah, it's just a fan thing. The one I have is from the official Hyrule Historia. Tuba, Zelda, Master of... I don't know about that, but I'm here to have fun. Alright, we have found the Elder. What is Four Swords on? It was originally on the Game Boy Advanced. Like And then Four Swords Adventure was on the GameCube. I just never, when it came out on the Game Boy Advanced, I wasn't really huge into Zelda. I played it, but I wasn't like, it wasn't like my big one. Game Boy Advance or DS. I don't know if it was DS. I think the first DS one was the Phantom Hourglass. Your mom. Now, this adventure we have with the Kikwees initially isn't too unbearing. This one actually kind of a bit of fun, kind of helps you develop the skills for the game and get into it. Alongside Ganon, Link, and Zelda, Tuba Swan is reincarnated every area to chronicle all chaos and recorded in history. That's how that works. Let's go with you. Where's the closest one? Closest one is over there. Okay. So I don't fully remember where they all are, so this might take me a little bit to remember everything. I don't have the thing. I can go this way, though. Perfect. I'm thinking... Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no worries. Now, this is one of those things that I'm not a huge fan of. It was interesting to have the motion controls as a balancing kind of gimmick. But there is definitely worse kind of ones they could have used. And it does add a little bit more challenge, but at the same time, it makes it a little more kind of tedious to get through. Four Sword, Salamine, Four Swords, lots of other... Oh. What did I miss? Tuba's Angam confirmed. It's only a problem if you let it be. I may have the GBA version I can send you. You missed your mom. The joke we continued. What does it want me doing? I missed. I should have read that one. Oh, right. There we go. Yeah, that would be awesome, Cage. Why are you running with your sword out like that? That's because it's dangerous. It's dangerous to go alone. I heard Maleggio is the horde of chickens and the secret final boss of all Zelda games. I honk Maleggio is the horde of the chickens, the secret final boss of the final... sorry, the secret final honk of all the Zell honk games. That was bad. So, yeah, so the with the motion controls kind of being their kind of gimmick, this is one of those things that gets a little kind of daunting to try and do. Especially when they have a maximum swing you're allowed to achieve. Weird butt. I love butt spot, to be honest. It's definitely amusing. Myth Matrix, well, welcome on in. Thank you very much for that raid. How are you doing today? Message me later and I will check. Sounds good. And enjoy your lurk, Cage. Thank you for the shout out to Myth Matrix. How are you doing? How was Fortnite tonight? Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Sky, welcome in. Thank you for that resub. How are you doing today? Come on. There we go. Thank you for that shout out to Sky. How are you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful evening. How are you enjoying Kingdom Hearts so far? My brain lagged for a second there. Yeah, how was Fortnite? I'm sleepy as usual. How are you? I'm doing pretty good today. Hi, Ben. Hi. Yes, hello. What's it like being good at Fortnite? So for those of you who don't know me, I am Tuba Swan, variety streamer. Starting out tonight with the very first night of the Zelda timeline playthrough. Looking forward to seeing where we go with it. Kingdom Hearts, emotional damage. That's fair. Are you enjoying it though? I hope so. Fortnite was good. We finally unlocked the last of the Geralt skins, which is good because it expires. Oh, cool. I haven't played a lot. I think I have about 10 minutes of Fortnite play in. I'm not very good at Battle Royale games, so it's not something I usually dabble in, but it's really fun to watch once in a while. I am close to the finale of Kingdom Hearts. Nice! Had to get some Zelda love. I very much appreciate it. What is your favorite Zelda game? Remind me, I've played very minimal amounts of Kingdom Hearts. It is one that I do need to play through again. I'm hoping to maybe try and get a playthrough done this year at some point. I don't know when. Kind of see how the year kind of goes. When you walk away, your heart will break. When I walk away from what? I missed something. My secret is let Saf, Steph, Murr, and Isaac carry me. Hey, it works. Controversial, but I think Wind Waker on the DS, I got to blow the ship a lot. Oh, you mean the Phantom Hourglass? I really like Spirit Tracks for the DS. Phantom Hourglass is slightly below. I found the gameplay just a little too easy with the touch controls. Wait, what is I? Oh, sorry. Good to hear you out of your safe. Going to stay here a while until all those monsters are out. Oh, that's fair. Okay. Who are you? Xerxes having people care. Oh, Hourglass. Okay, perfect. So what is your favorite part about Hourglass? Was it the whole, the ship portion of it? Because I know I really love, the Spirit Tracks. It was a lot of fun for me. And I know a lot of people disagree with me. No, just a bad Fortnite player. I enjoyed the ship. I think I had to scratch that one off the... I enjoyed the ship. I think that one had this. Yeah, the scratch off map. Yeah, that map is one of the reasons why it sits low on my list, because there was no indication what you had to do to solve that map issue. I think I spent like 2 hours trying to figure out that map issue before. And then I found out by accident after I got frustrated and closed the game. But beyond that, I did enjoy Phantom Hourglass. It was very unique. I would love them to kind of expand on more of the DS style of gameplay, but I don't think we're going to get too much of that going forward. Secret is everyone is bad at Fortnite. You just have epic moments accidentally. That's an interesting way to look at it. I like it. So what you're saying is I have a chance. I have no idea if I'm going the right way right now. I'm going basically on muscle memory. And I've only beaten this game, I think, 3 times. Once on the Wii, and then I did 2 playthroughs on the Switch. I did a normal mode and a hero mode. What other games do you play, Myth Matrix? And is there a better name to call you by, or is that good? Come on. Alright, well that was just rude. Okay, there we go. Root. Okay, my apologies. I knew. There we go. Okay. right. Alright, I was supposed to go back and clip things, but I'm done working on stream stuff for the night. That's fine. I wouldn't stress about it, Ben. Also, I just finished Stray. Ooh, what'd you think of Stray? I have not completed that game yet. I was initially streaming it, but a lot of people on stream were getting motion sick, so I have decided to kind of play that one off stream. Because obviously we don't want people feeling sick. Alright. Where is the last one? Over there. Okay. I'm gonna go back to Forspoken. And what's Forspoken about? I have played Cyberpunk, and I do enjoy that one. I love Stray so much, but yeah, it's rough on the eyeball. Yeah, it's not bad on my screen, but I was watching the VOD afterwards, and I can see why people were getting motion sickness. For some reason, with the way that the graphics work, it does come out very weird on the on stream. Yeah, it seems to make a lot of people motion sick, specifically on stream. It's gonna make me cut every piece of grass. Okay. I just wanted something quick. I knew. Oh, that's fair. It might also just be how I have my settings. It could definitely be a me problem. If you don't rend, then it's not too motion sick, but it's very low. Maybe that's what it is. I never really looked into it. Okay. Is there one more I still need to get? Apparently not. Okay, looks like we're good. The cat game looked fine to me watching, so I saw nothing that could cause motion sick. Oh, that's good. So it's probably a me problem. Also, Forspoken is this girl from New York gets sucked into a magical world from the Sentia bracelet. Okay. That's interesting. Definitely wonder how speedrunning... Yeah, oh, are you going to speedrun it? I wish you the best of luck. V, welcome in. How are you doing today? I saw you were doing some more Kingdom Hearts earlier. How did that go for you? I hope you're having fun with it. Hopefully you're having a wonderful evening. I hope everyone's having a fun, wonderful evening so far. And as Isekai Magical Girl anime that sounds, it's not as fun or good. Lots of zombies and rotting creatures. Oh, okay. Yeah, with your description, I definitely wasn't expecting that. Okay, is there... I thought there was one more I needed to find. Apparently I'm wrong. I started a combat overhaul mod today. I was having a blast. So what's the combat overhaul mod? Is that it just adjusts a bunch of the settings for you? Which way did I need to go? That's the Skyward block. I was going the right way. Okay, perfect. But it's fun. Okay. Maybe one of these days I'll have to give it a shot. Forspoken. Okay. I'll try to keep that in my mind. I do have a lot of games that I haven't touched yet. I wonder if that's in my list and I don't know about it. I do have a lot of games just from the free giveaways and stuff. So I might even already have a hold of it. It's the best way up there. That just goes to the water. It's called Critical Mix and completely changes combos, the camera, general speed of movement, enemies, and equipment. Oh, that sounds interesting. So how? So you're having a blast with it so far. That's awesome. I had a question. I've lost what it is. Oh, Root. How many of the Zelda games have you played so far? So you've played. You've played a couple of them so far that I know of, in Phantom Hourglass. What's your full experience with them so far? Combat doesn't feel the same at all. It's incredibly well made. Ooh, that's awesome. I love how sometimes there's just fan-made portions of the game that are just better. I don't know what it is. I think it might be just the devotion to the craft. Oh, that was good. It's too bad that a lot of the mods over the years have been shut down. Because some of them out there over the years have been really great. I'm glad Kingdom Hearts doesn't seem to have that issue so far. I don't need the rupees right now, but I will later. So it's the only reason I'm kind of trying to get a couple of them as we go. I probably should have grabbed a shield before moving forward. But that's okay. Do what we can as we get to it. I need to go this way. Okay. I can't do any of the goddess cubes yet, I don't think. So that one I need to drop down from above. Forgot to go. Oh yeah, we're going the right way. Perfect. Okay. I'm terrified of the eventual attack on some of these, but the speedrun events host the randomizer at times, so there may be hope. Ooh, that's cool. I've found that usually, as long as it's not a Nintendo game, usually it has a chance. Oh, that was good. So hopefully hopefully you have luck with it. Oh, that was good. Let's waste my seeds. Don't mind me. Now, as many problems as there is with this game, I have to say, Girahim as the villain, like the one that you deal with most throughout the entire game, is one of my favorite villains of the Zelda series. I'm curious, what is everyone's kind of, what's your favorite villain from a game that doesn't sit as high, just because of, like, either it's the game mechanics or something in the story was weird, but had a very, very memorable villain for you? Oh yeah, I don't have the net yet. Zant. So is there something about Twilight Princess that doesn't sit right for you? Come on. I hate when they're doing the sideways one. There we go. Everything's fine. It's fine. Does it count if the game just isn't as... Yes, the game counts if it's just not popular. Ridley and Metroid franchise. Ridley is a great villain in the Metroid franchise. I really like how they expanded on Ridley in the Prime games. It's too bad that the way they did Ridley in Other M wasn't as appreciated. I think there was a better way for them to do it, but I really enjoyed the fact that he made it back. Ridley made it back for that game. It's a shame they just kind of threw Zant under the bus and was like, surprise, Ganon the villain the whole time. I actually didn't mind the way they had done him. But I would have liked kind of like a little more kind of behind it. That would be one of those things that would be really cool to have a spin-off for with Zant. Like, we have him in Hyrule Warriors, but that's kind of more of a callback. I would love to see more kind of built on, like, the whole takeover kind of adventure. Maybe a game where you play as Zant, trying to deal with the minions and stuff. That would be really cool. Cop, welcome in. How are you doing? Hopefully you're having a wonderful evening. Oh, that was good. Why did I do that? I'm used to Breath of the Wild controls. I was trying to hit B to leap. That is not the right button. Thank you for the shout out to Cop. I was trying. We're good. Is this the timeline where Link turns into a swan? Wonk. It is if you believe. I'm drawing a blank. I don't have an answer. Oh yeah, don't rush on the answer. It's just a fun question that popped in my head. That was good. All right, cool. Oh, you were playing Monster Hunter Rise. How are you enjoying that? I didn't know you enjoyed Monster Hunter. Depends. Do you care about spoilers for Beyond Two Souls? No, go for it. I am well. Just stopping in before taking for my evening. Ooh, who's taking you for the evening walk? All right, cool. I have not played any of the Detroit series yet. I think I might at some point with all the recommendations I've been getting for it. Depends. Spoilers for Beyond Two Souls. William Dafoe's character from Beyond Two Souls. His grief made him insane. It was amazing. Okay, that sounds interesting. No monster can stand against Lance Master's Optimus crying. Love it. I think that I played a little bit of the one that came out on the Wii U. And then I played one on... what was the other system I played on? I think it was PlayStation 2. I haven't played a lot of the Monster Hunter games, but there's so much content in them. It is a lot of fun, though. I'm a huge fan of Monster... Oh, really? I didn't know that. Willem Dafoe's a villain? That makes sense. I've seen Spider-Man. William Dafoe does an amazing villain. In the latest Spider-Man movie, he did an amazing job reprising his role as the Green Goblin. It was really, really cool to see. Alright. I forgot how annoying these creatures were. I played pretty much all of them since Monster Hunter 2. It's here's my brother and I bond. Oh, cool. What is your guys' favorite parts about Monster Hunter? Obviously, I don't have a lot of experience with it. Maybe one day get into it a little more. Too many games, not enough time to play them. William Dafoe is my favorite part of the new Spider-Man film. Oh, wow, that's pretty big. What's your favorite hunk of the new Spider-Man film? I'll love to see it. So I have asked this question in the past, But I'm curious. What is everyone's opinion on a game franchise that they really wish everyone would kind of play with? I know Cage in the past, for example, has told me his is Final Fantasy Tactics. I want to play Monster Hunter, but all the people I want to play it with are on PC, and I'm better at console games. Have you thought about adding a controller to your PC? Or is that not the part that makes it difficult for you? Oh, it's not cross-platform. Okay, that makes sense. He who descended from above, look to the star that the bird rising heavenward gazes upon, and aim your shot there. Apologies for anyone who is not currently subbed. There is an ad coming. I finally remembered to look over when it's coming. I have it as low as physically possible, but unfortunately they do still go. You can add a controller. Yes, you can, as long as it's Bluetooth capable. Whether you have to buy the little Bluetooth dongle or your PC has Bluetooth capabilities. Like I have an Xbox controller set up just for PC gaming. I have it on Switch and Xbox. That's how hard I hunt monsters. Do we just become buddies? Definitely. Was there a doubt? Now, this is supposedly an ancient temple in the very beginning of the Zelda timeline. Now, this is one of those things that I would really love to see kind of expanded upon eventually in the years. Because these sort of things kind of had to start from somewhere. It would be really cool to see, like these temples and stuff, like, as true temples before they became ruins. That might be asking for a bit much, but that's something I would love to see. I wish we could get through this. I missed a lot in chat. Oh, 1 second here. Abby is just Malechi with boobs. Change my mind. That is still one of my favorite moments. It was just so out of the blue from you, Abby. Well, that was rude. I really gotta stop over-clicking. Combat is a ton of fun. Love all the weapon options. I'm also a fan of most things with large monsters. Godzilla, Shadow of the Colossus are favorites for a reason. That's interesting. I've also heard the Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West is very similar to the Monster Hunter kind of fighting style. So I wonder how if that would be something for me to kind of experiment with. I have the controller that it connects to the Switch, but it has a little window symbol. So oh, that's worth a try. Is that a compliment? Thank you for the hydrate, Abby. The best bit I've ever done. It was a great bit. Abby is just boobs with Maleggio, I also heard, but that makes no sense. What is happening here? Yes. Chaos. What would you expect anything less? Every time I cough, I'm going to redeem height. Please do. I'm very bad with keeping on top of it, even at work. Like, I have a water bottle today. And I just kept forgetting about it. I am slowly assimilating everyone. Excellent. I mean, would we expect anything less from you? Oh, this is fine. Soon, all will be Maleggio. Come on. I'm spinning low. It's just being fussy. All right. You just gotta press it. I am the Borg, Mlich Borg. Oh, love it. Nice. So, a lot of people do not like these particular creatures, but personally, this is my favorite version of the Skulltulas. The fighting of them could be a little different, but overall, the actual like play style of them, or the the actual design of them, I really enjoy. Militio is a boob. Change my mind. You right, cop. I was not ready for that one. Ben? Gasp. Alright, what do we have here? This one is 2 doors lead to rooms left and right, but they will only open when the gemstones are struck. One is above, one is below. This one is below? Yes. I approve all these messages. Anywho, I'm gonna lurk. Need to make food in case I don't make it back. Lovely to talk to you. Thank you very much for stopping in, V. I very much appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and it was great being able to chat with you. Oh, what's that one? That's a new emote. Oh, Urkelon, hey. I love it. Need to get in from that side. Okay, that's fine. So this room's done. It's starting to get ridiculous in here. Next, people are gonna say some nonsense like it's not Ben's birthday, or Ben has never met Bowser and indifferent towards him. It's madness. Well, that worked out. So I only need to actually go for one. What's that one? Oh, calculated. Love it. I don't actually need out, but it's good to know there's an alternate. There it is. Probably should have hit this one first. But that's okay. I gotta go for my walk. Have a good... Thank you very much for those bits, Cop, and thank you for stopping in. Always lovely to be able to see you. Enjoy your walk, and hopefully see you again soon. I can't wait until we get the Cop streams back. I do miss them. Well, apparently I'm not allowed to do a final strike. There, Cop, remember to take your cane and walker. No, no, I don't want you to target. I want to break the web. Cane and walker. Alright. We'll go down. I'm having a moment here. Can't remember exactly what I need to do. Can I just do this? No. Okay. That would have been too easy. Can I remember how to complete this puzzle? Not even a little bit. Oh, there it is. You have to do the obvious thing. Okay. There we go. There we go. When are you gonna give them back anyway? I feel like I've been using just feet like a sucker. That just sounds unfortunate. Woohoo. Okay. Hey, look, we got a map. Forgot how big this dungeon is. At least we don't need to find the compass anymore. That's one thing I did like about this one is the fact that the compass was kind of removed. Ooh, that was close. Okay. As nice as it was at times, like for speed runs and stuff, having one less item to find in a dungeon was kind of nice to have. I don't know what happened there. This is fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. You're not going to let me climb, are you? Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll pop up over here. Do the thing, win the points, score the baskets. Oh, that was close. Spin. Dang it. Actually, I'm not sure which version of this I like better. This one or Skyward Swords. Found a small key. What time are we at? Okay. Should be able to get another 40 minutes in. Hopefully we can complete the dungeon by then, but we'll see what happens. Do a quick save. Okay, yeah, we're good. Now, this dungeon does have one of my favorite items to ever come from the Zelda game, which is the beetle item, which we're very close to getting here. And it's one of those items I would love to see kind of featured in a future game. Like any kind of form of it, having the ability to kind of look around and kind of interact with the world was a lot of fun for me. There we go. There we go. Everything's fine. It's going great. Actually, I haven't missed too many times. I'm going to call that a win. Okay, cool. Went faster than I expected it to. The beetle. So the beetle's probably one of the few items I'm definitely going to work towards expanding on. Just because of the grabbing ability. It's tough because it does affect world design. And forces you to make different choices and be more limited. That is true. As far as making a game. Yeah, that's fair. Is there an item that you'd like to see return from a previous Zelda game? Oh, that spider went back up anyway. Definitely cool. Yeah, this is true. Literally walked into that. I knew it was there, too. Found a fairy. This playful sprite replenishes 6 of your hearts. Oh, sharp turn, sharp turn. The wand from Zelda 1, long shot projectile, also sets enemy on fire. Oh, fair enough. I guess we've kind of had different, similar versions of it, like with the fire wand. Breath of the Wild had that, for example. That's kind of. But yeah, it would be cool to kind of see it kind of come back in its kind of natural form. Where is the key? The key in here? I don't remember where the key is. That's a rupee. A couple rupees. Oh, that was just rude. Also the candle. That was in a few games. Could lead to neat dungeons in sky. Ooh, yeah, this is very true. Is it up here? I can't remember. It's gonna bug me until I find it. Okay, there's this. That'll help. I don't think has the candle come back at all since the very first one? I don't remember. I guess we'll find out with the timeline playthrough. Bum bum dum. I think it was. There it is. Do I remember how to get to it? No. Yes. I forgot to ask Malaysia. Are you planning on playing the Tears of the Kingdom when it comes out? Come on. There you go. Go a little closer. Remember when I first kind of came back to the HD remaster, I could not remember for the life of me how to get past those eyes. It was not very obvious kind of getting in here. I definitely plan on playing it, but not until June. May is strictly Metroidvania. Fair enough. Do you have your game list for Metroidvania selected so far? Or is it a surprise? Let's kind of cheat a bit here. We have water. Not too sure. Metroid Dread is only guaranteed. Gotcha. Oh, you broke the spider's web. I'm sure the spider will survive. I think I need to do another run of Metroid Dread. I never did 100% the game. I did get a decent way through, but I do need to kind of get further into it. Yeah, I think I just beat like the base storyline, and that's as far as I went. Uh-oh. Now this creature is a very unique creature. It's one that would really be cool to have kind of return in a future game. We might be getting something similar. I think it's more towards one of the final bosses from the very first game. We saw kind of a teaser for it in the latest trailer. Thank you for the sneeze. How are you doing, Rose? Welcome back. I did 100%, so I will likely do main story in May, so I can get... That's fair. Uh-oh, you say that like you were surprised. I was just kidding, to be honest. I'm just having fun with it. Still doing okay? Excellent. Glad to hear it. And thank you for playing the sneeze sound. Oh yeah, we gotta get the key parts. Hawk doing okay? Excellent. Thank you, Putspot. Oh yeah, this is just a shortcut. Okay. I need to do that one. Need to hit you. Need to hit you. I think if I do right there. Nope, too high. Perfect. So I need to cross. I might be able to finish the first boss here. Ooh, that's fine. That's fine. There we go. Okay, now we gotta find the key. I think I know where the key is. Pretty sure it's in that other locked chest. Okay. That happened. There we go. Oh, it could be with you. Whoa. Oh yeah, I'm hitting left for the swing, and I should be hitting the right stick. we go. There we go. Come on. There we go. Almost. Almost. Such a rookie. See, I know. I'm an awful human being. Don't mind me. Oh, that was close. All right, I think I need to stop. Need to go a little lower. That one should have reached. All right, this is another one of those kind of glaring issues with this game. Sometimes the controls don't work, I think, the way they were intended to. Could be user error. Probably is user error. But I feel like it should have been a little easier to kind of hit that. So that feels more difficult than it needs to be. Okay. Especially kind of like for the first dungeon of the game where you're trying to get used to how the game plays. That could be me being picky. Alright. So pop over here. This is just fun. So I do like the kind of design choices they made for the bokoblins in this one. This is fine. This is fine. Oh, okay. Actually, I don't think there is a version of the bokoblins I don't really enjoy. I think the ones in Twilight Princess, they're kind of less enjoyable for me. Close. There it is. The other thing I'm glad they didn't continue with is the use of the kind of rotation keys. I feel like as we've moved forward in the kind of franchise, it might be okay to kind of move away from the boss keys. So the boss key was originally put there to kind of be like a limiting kind of factor. And here, we have the first interaction with Girahim, which he is one of my favorite kind of enemy designs. Look who it is. I thought that tornado I stirred up would have tossed you and torn you apart, yet here you are, not in pieces. Not that your life or death has any consequence. It's just the girl that matters now, and I can sense her here, just beyond this door. Yes, we plucked her majesty from her perch in the clouds, and now she is ours. Or if they do boss keys again, make them big treasure item, also be unlocked. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, but listen to me. I'm being positively uncivil. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Demon Lord who presides over this land. You look down upon. This world you call the surface. You may call me Girahim. In truth, I very much prefer to be indulged with my full title, Lord Girahim, but I'm not fussy. Boss keys are great if you make non-linear dungeons, but in linear dungeons, yes, exactly. Did you really just draw your sword? Foolish boy. By all rights, the girl should have fallen into our hands already. She was nearly ours, and then that loathsome servant of the goddess snatched her away. Do you have any idea how that made me feel inside? Furious, outraged, sick with anger. This turn of events has left me with a strong appetite for bloodshed. Still, it hardly seems fair, being of my position, to take all of my anger out on you. Which is why I promise up front not to murder you. No, I'll just beat you with an inch of your life. This guy really likes to gear ham it up, right? Well played. Well played. I like how it's implied that he's just toying with you the entire time. No, that was my fault. Oh. I don't know why I didn't, target. He really does seem to be one of the strongest Zelda villains. Yeah, he really is. They really built him well. Uh-oh. See, this is where the stamina meter becomes really kind of unimportant. See, this area would be fine without a boss key, simply because it doesn't actually have a boss, this area. Like, you just have the interaction with Girahim. This game looks familiar. Hey, Doom, welcome in. Hopefully you're having a wonderful evening. It's great to see you. I would argue he's weak because if he's powerful, why does he toy with you? You know, I've never had him steal my sword before, but that's what I get for reading while I was fighting. Arrogance is not a good fit for... Yeah, that's fair. This honk looks... Hawk it up, Doom. Oh. Will honk. Wouldn't expect anything less. There is a way to kind of get past this fight a little faster. I can never do it properly. Dang it. How have you been, Doom? Are you still enjoying, Hollow Knight? Doom gets a child in my soul. Yeah, excellent. Glad to hear it. I am. That game is... It really is. What's your favorite part about it so far? Okay, apparently you can counter that. Been loving your progress. Excellent. Art and music, solid gameplay. It's just it is a great game.
You're not really fun. You just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Thank you for that, Rose. Blasting you play it. Some of your boss fights, haven't seen anyone do. Ooh, that's awesome. I don't know why I keep moving. I really don't need to be. Honk, but let you ungloved. Butt spot, yes. I think we're almost there. There it is. Thank you for the shiny luck rose. Always appreciate it. Hopefully it helps out for tomorrow night's adventure. I fear I spent too long teasing and toying with you. The girl's presence has all but faded from this place, which means there's no reason to linger here. Goodbye, Sky Child. Run and play this time. Get to my way again, though, and you're dead. Yeah, such a well-developed character. Even, I don't necessarily need to see more of Girahim. I love Girahim as a character, but I think he belongs solely to this game. Unless they were to do kind of like a prequel to kind of getting to this point. But I would love to see kind of more of maybe his race. Because you don't really see many actual demons. You only see demon lords, and then you see the monsters that they command. But it would be really cool to see more demons. You do kind of have the one that resides in Skyloft in this game. But I don't think that one really counts, as I think a lot of people would agree. Now, in Breath of the Wild, they did a magnificent job in trying to recapture kind of the atmosphere of these individual fountains. One thing I love is being able to kind of visit these fountains in Breath of the Wild. They're definitely in a more ruined state, but they still have that general kind of feel to it. The only thing I would kind of change about it is maybe having bits of the old dungeon also kind of be there. But I understand over time, like, you can see why they didn't. But it would have been a cool little feature. Master, I have a message written in the language of the gods of old. Allow me to translate for you. From the edge of time, I guide you, the one chosen to carry out the goddess's mission. The spirit maiden who descended from the clouds must travel to 2 sacred places to purify her body. You stand in one of these places, Skyview Spring. The other is known as the Earth Spring. They would have to make dungeons in Tears of the Kingdom for that to happen. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, I don't necessarily kind of need it as a dungeon, but I would have loved to see the ruins of this dungeon, even just kind of little bits of it. Like, it wouldn't, it wouldn't really make sense to have, like, the full dungeon in there, with the dungeons not being in Breath of the Wild. But you do find the ruins of the spring. I think it would have been a nice touch. You got the ruby tablet. The weathered surface of this heavy stone tablet feels very old. Man, I really hope they do and learn from their mistake. I think most agree they would trade all shrines for more... Yes. I think they left the dungeons out because they really wanted the whole wild kind of feeling to it, which I get. I think it was a good direction for the franchise to go, provided that they bring back dungeons in Tears of the Kingdom. But yeah, the shrines were cool, but give me dungeons too. Yes, exactly. And the divine beasts don't quite count. I will stand by that statement. Okay, we will head back up, and then we will place the tablet in the thing. But then I think that's where I might finish it here today. we did make some good progress. And yeah, so every Tuesday, I'm going to progress further through the Zelda timeline games, mostly on the story. Yes, I'm aware. The Vine Beasts were cool too, but dungeons, they are not. Exactly. Yeah, it's been a fun time, and I'm really liking the idea of kind of progressing through the whole thing. So after this one, as I had mentioned earlier... Oh, what's going on? We'll be going through Minish Cap next. And I'm also going to be trying to touch base on a lot of the information as much as I can while we progress through. I'm really excited to kind of see like a good kind of talking about the franchise. And yeah, we'll try to get through as much of the timeline as we can. I'm going to focus on the Downfall timeline before Tears of the Kingdom is released. That way we can touch base on the classic Zelda as well. Thanks for the stream, and happy birthday, Ben! Love it. So we'll quickly do this. We'll go save. We have to go through the whole thing where everything gets released. I'm not quite sure where we're going to rate off to here this evening. Oh, okay. I know where we're rating into tonight. I have found our place to go. But we're going to save. And we'll do some closing out stuff. Where's the save point? Oh yeah, we have to find the little girl. We will find the girl once we get back. Okay, Kukil, quickly power through this. Okay, pop down here. And let's try that again. Save and quit. Ah. There we go. Yes. Okay.